I recently traveled across the North American continent and the Caribbean basin, visiting 7 countries back to back. Canada, USA, Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Trinidad. And then I landed in Jamaica. Everything I thought I understood about what it takes for a small country to actually survive, I had to throw it out. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll never look at Jamaica the same way again. Here's what almost every country I visited has in common, and most people never notice this. Haiti pulls in billions in remittances every single year. Yet, looking at recent data from 2024 and 2025, it still has a GDP per capita of about $1,800. The money arrives, but the systems can't hold it. The Dominican Republic? Over 70% of its economy leans on U.S. tourism and imports. Pull that thread and the whole thing shakes. Cuba controls everything: media, money, narrative, and yet, as we've seen throughout 2025, it still can't consistently feed itself. Most of these nations don't even fully control their own monetary policy. They're pegged to external systems, reacting to decisions made thousands of miles away. That's the pattern. Jamaica broke it. In 2012, Jamaica had a debt-to-GDP ratio of 147%. The IMF essentially called it one of the most indebted countries on earth per capita. By the end of 2024, that number dropped to under 72%. Think about that. It was almost cut in half in just over a decade. While the United States, the wealthiest nation in history, added $10 trillion to its debt after COVID, Jamaica was doing the opposite. They were running what economists call a primary fiscal surplus, earning more than they spend before interest. The IMF's recent reports called this one of the most remarkable fiscal turnarounds in the developing world. Now think about the constraints: no oil, no Silicon Valley, a population smaller than Houston. So how? Before we continue, if you are just watching my video, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. With that said, let's get back to the video. Part of the answer lives somewhere most economists won't put in a spreadsheet. Jamaica has 2.8 million people. That's smaller than Chicago. And yet, UNESCO declared reggae an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Dancehall-shaped hip-hop, Afrobeats, and UK grime. Patois has crept into the slang of 40 countries. Bob Marley, Usain Bolt. According to UNCTAD, this creative economy contributes up to 5% of their GDP. That's not just soft power, that's infrastructure. But here is the painful reality: over 85% of Jamaican university graduates emigrate. Doctors, engineers, and economists leave for the US, UK, and Canada. It is one of the highest skilled immigration rates on the planet. Imagine building something extraordinary and watching 85% of your best people walk out the door. And yet, in 2023, Jamaica received a record $3.8 billion in remittances. That is nearly 20% of its entire GDP. The people who left didn't abandon the island. They became its shadow central bank. They are sending money home every month, paying school fees, and building houses. Is the brain drain Jamaica's greatest wound, or its most powerful hidden institution? Honestly, I think it's both. Look at the contrast between Haiti and Jamaica. Same ocean. Same colonial history. Both hit hard by centuries of outside interference. Haiti has had 16 UN stabilization missions. As of early 2026, armed gangs still control an estimated 85% of Port-au-Prince. The state has functionally collapsed. Jamaica, meanwhile, has held uninterrupted democratic elections since 1962. No military coups. No UN peacekeeping forces. They have a functioning parliament, a central bank, and a Supreme Court, imperfect, but present. In 2024, Jamaica ranked 70th on the Human Development Index, ahead of several much larger Latin American nations. Same starting point. Completely different destination. When I walked through Kingston, it hit me. It's loud, vibrating, and alive in a way that's almost physical. Jamaica's informal economy runs at 40 to 45% of all economic activity. That's nearly half of the country's work being invisible to official GDP numbers. You see street vendors running mobile payments, higglers, independent traders, running micro-supply chains generations before it was a business school term. You see partners, community rotating credit systems built from the ground up. Nobody was waiting for a government to fix it. They built parallel systems because they had to. And that is what separates Jamaica from every other country I visited on this trip. It's not the beaches. It's the refusal. The stubborn, almost unreasonable refusal to let outside circumstances define the ceiling. Jamaica isn't perfect. The crime numbers are real. Inequality is real. But while most countries I visited were waiting for better leaders or foreign investment, Jamaica was moving. So here's the question I'm leaving you with. If a country with 2.8 million people, no oil, one of the worst debt ratios in history, and an 85% brain drain can cut its debt in half, maintain democracy for over 60 years, and export a culture that moves the entire planet, what is the excuse for countries 10 times its size? Drop your answer in the comments. I think this is a conversation most people are too afraid to actually have. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I post fresh content that you won't want to miss, so turn on notifications to be the first to know when the next video drops.